Don't you love that, like, the instant you hit live, you suddenly get hiccups at that point?
How awful.
Anyway, hi guys! Welcome back to more Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Potentially the final session of Radiant Dawn. We'll see onto that. It's ending tonight or it's ending Thursday. One of the two onto that, for sure. Also, if you notice that my camera looks a little different, so funny story. Right before we had to go live, for tonight on that, my webcam just decided all of a sudden it did not want to work properly onto that with like my usual settings and shit like that. So, I basically had to like quickly figure out everything I wanted to like get a new setup and like try and port all of my settings over onto that. So I'm just going through and checking out last few things onto it, but I think everything is now running as normal onto that. But if anything seems weird with my camera, please let me know on that. Anyway, I am going to give our host of the day to Dutchman. That I will post it in our no mic for you two. And post it on stream. Thank you for fulfilling Sophie's request for our image onto him. Chilling hard.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Look, I'm sorry if our wyverns are really good in this game, and I'm gonna have to adjust to. I guess, I guess Wyvern Emblem kind of started around this point, because yeah, wyverns have been really good in modern Fire Emblem from this point onto that.
Like, they were definitely pretty renowned in FE6 especially. Like, some of your best units are the Wyvern Riders you can get.
I think the only modern game where they aren't that great are Engage onto that, mostly because the skills that flyers get in Engage are not that great onto that, so that's kind of how they nerfed them in that regard.
Stop the domination.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I remember last time for this, we were, because all of these weapons were about to get brave status onto that, so we had to make sure that all the weapons we had equipped were the big ones we wanted on that. I do remember that from last time.
Yep, give anyone their best weapon, because not only will they be blessed to possibly might be the only weapon that might do damage for some enemies, but also unlimited use. So.
Please let me know if I need to adjust audio or anything like that.
All right, everybody. Ole, ole.
Cucaracha, cucaracha.
Bird sleeps.
Kaya, take over.
Oh, hello, Dragon Man.
Gotta get our FB obligatory dragon out of the way. Okay, that one really looks like Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Dragon on that one.
Yeah, it looks like level 6 from GX era.
Yeah. Alright. Oh, they are just maxed out already under that. Okay.
Dark comedy here. This is considered the best chapter to grind Kurth Naga because they don't attack him. So it's just like, we're gonna make you stronger by killing your kid. One important detail: we should go to the boss. Do you see? Yes. Do you see the we shall also go to the 2 dragons that's next to him. Yes, those 2. We are not attacking them. If we don't attack them, they're more likely not going to attack you. So we're only focusing on the boss.
Okay. Do I have to worry about being in their aggro range for that, or?
Yeah, they do. I think according to them, they won't engage you if you don't attack to them. But
okay.
Who knows? Maybe my guide will prove me wrong. But there are different ways to tackle it. I think most people try to break the barrier up front just to kill the boss quickly.
All right. Okay. I think that's good on that.
Anyway, how well we do this map might dictate if we can finish the game tonight.
They actually become blessed at this point, or is that after?
Yeah, they should all be blessed. So if they can,
yeah.
I have some bad news. Weesh. Predictable!
Yeah.
No fear.
Also, this might be the best thing to remind you that your floor tiles do have different effects based on where you're standing. So if you're struggling, it might be because of the floor tile thing. Oh my god, Rolf!
All right. One, two.
Stabby.
3, 4. Yeah. You do not do much on that at all, Soph.
Yeah. The answer. Predictable!
Predictable.
Mia, it's not that deep. Let's see. Alright, there will be enemy reinforcements coming, so I will put both the map out and the instructions just in case, but honestly, it really is just defeat the boss, so.
Yeah. Doop doo. All right. Uh-oh.
He can bleed.
if Har gets one turn shot at, we might be in trouble.
Yeah, this chapter might be a little infamous if you aren't ready. Because you are indeed dealing with dragons. I just love the music. If you have a hard time, just go one way. Those main characters. And raise your dragon levels. Don't try to don't defeat the 2 dragons next to the boss. And Niall would be pretty good in terms of making sure the boss doesn't activate his skills that much.
Yeah, I need to see. Do these guys just like have? Okay, these guys just hit really fucking hard. The white dragons. What about the red ones? Okay, I think they have a specific weakness to ice and to the ice dragons. I think on that.
There we go. That's about it.
Does Alentia have that same weakness? Let me see. Nope. Okay, then she is going to deal with that one.
And also a reminder, the dragons won't attack her Thorina, so you can use that to your advantage if needed. Oh, and they won't attack your Heron, so they are in no risk of getting killed.
Alright.
Also, the carefulness of being near the boss is that he will have an attack every 3 turns that will damage anyone within 8 square spaces around him.
Jesus.
You can just do that.
Alright. No, Brandon, we still got about 3 more, including this, we got about 3 maps to go. Oh, no.
Not even counting the cutscenes in between. Okay, here we go.
Wow.
I see.
Incredible.
We are indeed that kind of army. I swear to God, if one of these guys could just one-shot the king.
I would. Okay. All right. You'll back up. Man, Tellius animations. I wish you could go faster. I really do. Okay. Start the safe slot. The safe states.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeet!
Boy.
Someone's got to do something.
Wow.
Participated.
Okay, I think having Curse Naga is not going to destroy any range going on. Hallelujah. I guess I think I can also dive in. I think there is an interesting theory regarding that Yune might have been the person to bless the Black Knight's armor, specifically because we never really seen what Yune's blessing looks like for armor form, and it's supposed to contrast Ashura's like gold armor that she blesses.
Ah, that would line up on that, yeah.
It's never been confirmed, but there's nothing debunking it.
Nice head cannon until somehow proven otherwise.
The dragon on the right is like, holy shit.
Holy fuck.
It can't be a normal human, can it? And then
I
Panther
can just
being
imagine
correct,
just like
actually.
the dragons coming in and they realize, oh, we're not built for this.
Is that boy a branded? Gets a nuked. Yep, he was a branded.
Having a Micaiah with an unlimited use purge is
Hilarious.
That's
powerful.
why I went for it. Da-ba-da-doo.
Oh, there's not much else to get.
Yeah.
There's technically the only thing you can quote unquote steal is some
Lives.
It's some Lagoo gems and stones and some olive grass.
Wow.
if Soph wants to do anything, but
I'm helping. Sure you are, bud.
Also, unsurprisingly, no. Oliver does not get unique dialogue for the dragons because why the hell would the dragons even know him?
Who the hell is this guy?
Did I?
I mate.
Behold, the satisfaction of a leveled up army. Okay, Stefan, we're gonna put you here and you hopefully won't aggro anyone that you will kill. Because I swear to God, if
I mean, I promise nothing.
yeah.
Yeah. Don't aggro me.
Don't aggro.
Don't come at me, bro.
I swear to God, if it's literally you. You went too close. Sorry.
The whole screen gets nuked. Enrage gets it triggered.
I think the important thing is if maybe they may attack, but please don't destroy them.
Oh no.
To be fair, you put him right in his range.
Yeah.
What did you expect?
Okay.
With that, here comes the giant fist of that guy in the back right.
No.
Yeah. Ooh. Spicy.
Boy, don't kill it. Don't kill it. Don't kill it. Okay, that is a.
Oh.
So is Boyd just gonna go on the magic pixel run? Let's find out.
Let's find out. I mean, no one else is attacking him, so there's a chance.
I think for the sake of Boyd's safety, we're gonna have to kill the king next turn.
Damn.
Yeah, we have to do this chapter slightly efficient.
I mean, I'm not sure if we really count that people really need. Damn, look at all these dragons. My time has come, my time has come, my time has come. My time has come!
Just a
I just laugh. Boyd survived the 1 pixel run.
That's what it's like to be a warrior.
Nope. Ike, what do you do? Okay. Not the greatest.
Not much better.
Okay.
Why, father?
As you can tell, this guy is not that well liked in the community. He was the original. I think the joke is he was the original Ryoma, just because he's like, I will not stand my ground.
I mean, we have a lot of doofuses of like, you have poor reasoning.
But wait,
I implore you to reconsider, and then they're like, no.
think my. There we go.
Blah.
Blah. Can someone please get Boyd the hell out of there?
Actually, this is probably smarter.
Strategy.
And honestly, my only concern is now that stupid dragon on the right is going to decide he can take everyone and gets himself killed.
Hmm.
Pete's invincible.
It's like, Rolf, can you stab the invincible dragon? Rayson's like, I'm too far away to do anything. Boink!
Yeah. Maybe if I shove you. Damn, I cannot.
Womp womp.
I think a horse would actually destroy his tiny little wings.
Cannot cry.
I helped.
I am here, and I helped. I participated.
I am the immovable. They nailed each other. Okay. It's like, sure, let's just send Mia here.
Nothing bad could possibly happen.
Now, I want the two dragons next to the king to not do anything stupid.
What's that? Do something stupid.
I want to do, like, let's make sure we can do everything kind of run. So I'm just happy to be here. Throne rights. Okay, now that's some trouble.
It's not great. An ideal, one may say.
making sure audio is good and whatnot, chat, since there's more people coming in.
Yeah, we're fighting dragons because it can't be a Fire Emblem game without fighting dragons.
Okay.
Sup, bitches? Okay, if we are like literally a millisecond next to them, they won't attack. Good. Okay.
Alright.
We can do this. Time to kill a king in one turn.
That is often the optimal strategy in Fire Emblem.
And giving our units even more free EXP.
Alethea, are you maxed out? Level 20, yep. Yeah.
You did it, Soph!
Congratulations, you took another life.
Now take
Oh,
the
God.
measly 1% defense. And then there's just Ina. There's just Ina over there just chilling.
Oh dear, what am I doing with my life?
Receive that. Good to know.
Don't shoot the president!
Critical!
You can't maintain this power.
Alright, Ralph, I see you.
Hey, Kurth, you want to kill your dad? I'm ready. Get stopped. I'm not ready.
I have ceased to be ready.
Your life ends in who knows how many seconds.
Oh.
Wow, what invigoration.
Wow, what engaging conversation we are partaking in. Oh! Oh!
Well,
That's what I was worried about. Let's, you see, there's the benefit of making sure people have Nile, so skills don't suddenly activate to destroy what our permanences. Also, happy Easter, aka I can't believe I can't believe their actual live resurrection happening. Isn't this a bit OP for the plot?
Right, I can't believe they wrote themselves into a corner on that.
Crazy.
Still, I think my favorite Easter meme has to be the Candace by the tomb. It's like he was just here.
Hey Drake, where's the body?
Christ? I like the puppet with each one of them giving a different side eyes as they're standing next to it with the Roman helms on. That's a pretty good one.
Alright, fine, kill me. Oh shit!
Oh fuck! God! Why does it keep procking? It says.
Because it's in the enemy's favor.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's check that guy's skills real quick.
Yeah, because he's like doing extra damage that it says on the thing onto that. Nullifies all damage inflicted to weapon. Okay. Defense.
Yeah, just a general transforms shove ire.
Can inflict triple.
Can't inflict triple. Yeah, I can just. So what's the proc rate on that?
It doesn't say.
Oh, I'm asking Selfie.
And the thing is, Ike has Nile, so he basically nerfs his chances of triggering that skill.
Hmm.
Also, and Micaiah has the advantage of literally not being in his range. And he won't attack Kurthnaga, so we've been really lucky on that.
What I'm hearing is we tempted fate.
We were doing so well, and the game had to
Remind
I
you
had to
that
humble.
this is, gotta remind you this is a video game.
Come on.
Come on, come on.
Alright, Ike, can you kill off? Yes, you can.
Alright.
Kill him.
You can't kill me.
In true Ike fashion. One stat level up.
At least
Yeah.
it's because he's already swole.
Gotta bring the legend back. If we make Sage evil, then no one's going to
Ray,
start a war.
Ray looked
It's
at
weird.
that, was just like, I got an idea.
He cannot move.
We must save them. Even now, as we speak, countless Lagos slaves endure Binyan chains. They suffer terribly.
We have done all that we will do.
Admonitions and censures change nothing. Now is the time for the dragon tribes to use their strength to save the oppressed Lagos.
Goldoa does not interfere with the outside world. As king of dragons, I will not allow my people to fan the flames of war.
I don't know why. I'm thinking of the Devil May Cry 1 intro with that voice. I don't know why.
This is the path.
Sparta awoke to justice.
That is how long we swore to the goddess that there would be no war. Have you forgotten our covenant?
Of course not. Yet there are Lagos who are treated as less than livestock. I cannot believe that this is what the goddess wants.
Goldoa will not move. This decree stands from the time our nations were formed. The goddess has not yet slept 150 years. Would you see the Lagos and Bjork destroyed? Would you see all of Tilius awash in blood? No. Unless destruction comes to seek us at our door,
No.
Goldoa will not move for the sake of future
He will not move!
Tell me, do you care nothing for the Lagos who suffer in the current generation? Do you think it would comfort them to know that you condone their misery?
All things require sacrifice. Where are you going?
Away from here.
I'm out.
To Binyan.
Done with this shit.
I will find a
I
solution.
leave.
You who have lost your birthright, all you will accomplish is your own destruction. Hold! Hold, I say!
He did not hold.
Roxas, I would say X-Step from Dissidia. This definitely does not have the cheese of that performance at all onto that.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh no. Anyway.
I
This
think
wound is not enough to kill me. Oh wait, it killed me.
Oh wait, shit, the infection.
Oh, it's crap. I can't believe the witch put poison in that.
I believe the only sympathetic viewpoint of his actions, at least for why he did that, is he was suicidal.
But hey! We killed a man
it's
and we
already-
got boots.
Guess who became king?
Oh, will you please stop?
Man, it's
Man,
already
they
been,
This
they
he's
really
already-
want to go
he's already
ham on
proven
the
that point.
They really
He's already
wanna-
proven how bad they goes with, hey dragons, let's just start fighting in general, and then suddenly, oh, we didn't stop. Now we've left the crater. Uh-oh.
We're all born of fear.
Valentia be like 100%.
Pretty much. It's like, yeah, no.
Back within you, this would
Once the dragons start fighting, they don't tend to stop until nothing is left, so... Somewhat valid reason of, like, maybe we shouldn't fight now when everything might get charred.
It is because of her.
Yeah, and for having, like, barely any voice acting throughout the game, all of a sudden at the end of the game, they really want to go.
Where they all had the budget for it.
They realized that having JPEG while doing this entire exposition dub might not be as enticing. So yeah, voice acting.
It's a powerful tool.
But we're gonna put nothing else on the screen besides that.
Instead, we have the moving JPEG that is supposed to be a battlefield.
Until I could control myself no
A
longer.
wobbling JPEG.
My emotions burst forth, and I raised the land. Furious storms savaged the heavens. Roiling waters rose in tremendous floods. Lives were lost beyond count. I will purge chaos from within myself. Never again will I allow myself to commit such atrocities. I will become a goddess to properly guide and protect my people. I will become perfect.
Wow.
To
Ew.
nullify half of your being.
I will become perfect. Oh, that explained everything.
Suggested. You shouldn't have to bear the weight of our foolish ideas.
I was just lonely. My other half spent all her time worrying about the Lagoos and Bjork. She said she was going to erase me. I was only playing. I never meant to hurt so many.
I understand.
Average god behavior.
I won't do it again. I love all of you too. You paid attention to me. I don't want to go away.
I'm a little baby girl. You've massacred millions.
But I'm a little wavy.
Oh,
It was an oopsie.
Goddess, I have a suggestion.
Smite.
Will were to make a pledge to coexist, there would be no need to erase Yune, would there? In which case, we give you our solemn oath. Never again will either the Lagoos or Bjork seek the extermination of the other.
Well, shit, they broke that in within, what 5 minutes? Oh, that didn't take very long.
Is it not?
And it's in the span of a god's lifespan. Yeah, might as well have been.
Accept your pledge.
I put down the potted plant and turned around and then turned back, and my cat already broke it. What the hell?
You are living creatures created in our image.
Even he's like, don't BS me.
With reason. You are like us. You feel profound sorrow.
Man, do these gods have to talk in the slowest of voices possible? My God.
Hey, man.
To overwhelm your reason and dissipate.
They live at their own pace.
You will be unable to master your emotions.
We gotta pre-emphasize what is being said here.
We are larger than life beings. We must speak in slow, purposeful ways.
To expunge chaos completely.
Thankfully, I think we only have like
Yune
one more of this to go through later.
My decision has not changed.
In that case, Goddess, would you consider an alternative to such drastic measures? We shall use the power of Save Magic to seal Yune in this medallion.
A fire emblem.
Someday, and it may
The
be a
Shinnok
far-distant future,
school of problem solving is not great, guys.
someday we may be able to earn your trust, Goddess. In the hope
Eventually, a
that
movie
day
star is
will
gonna get together with a military woman and have a child, and a bunch of things will go wrong.
Okay.
In my eyes, imprisoning Yune and destroying her are the same thing.
Yes.
If the chaos and disaster that Yune begets can be averted, I have no objection. I do not know, however, if Yune will submit to such confinement.
Goddess Yune, please hear me.
Gonna put her in the Power Ranger space dumpster today.
Be restored to yourself. Please.
I'm gonna put you in a box on a mat place.
I will pre-emphasize, I do like the narrative Radiant Dawn is telling here. It definitely needed better presentation, however.
Yeah.
Limitation of the time, alas.
All
Well,
right.
even then, I feel like there's been a lot less, like, say, like, custom art for scenes and stuff like that in this game, in comparison to, Path of Radiance on that.
She may have gotten taller.
I think she's just more bad. Tippity tap tap tap.
Boop-a-doop-doo.
Doo 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 boo boo doo.
He doesn't blow her direction. Knock knock. Sup? Saki, I would be real with you. Your your advice is kind of sus. Might be.
He may have taken that order to get the medallion a little too hard.
Hey man.
And it's Sonic, he just had like the guy mid blinking there right there, like, excuse me.
I ordered him to get it regardless of the cost, and well, your father was part of the cost. That's what we call an oopsie daisy.
Anyway, pretends to be shocked at this revelation.
I'm getting kind of tired of every single person that goes to a goddess for help. All things humanity's gotta go afterwards onto that. I'm sensing a pattern in Tellius on that.
Sonic, he really said, really? Another one? Another one?
Gods, can you help us? I don't know, you're sounding really entitled down there. Plus, you're doing pretty awful shit. I don't know.
No, you sound like a little bitch. Yeah, that's a good point, Brennan. How many twist villains have we had? It feels like we've had a lot. It feels like a lot.
A lot of like, oh, I had a hand in this. It's just.
It's like the entire Senate is. Granted, this one was sort of built up for both games, though.
Woo!
Woo!
feel like it's getting into like almost Metal Gear levels of I was also a participant in said event in the past. It's just like, okay.
Anyway, we're about to have a very strange, quirky map.
I thought you were about to say court case, and I was just like, pardon?
What?
So, main thing about this, we are not going to bolt straight to the boss, because if we do, we're going to be badly damaged. Our main objective is to kill the little sparkly things that surrounds him, so we can get a clear shot at him.
Okay.
And if we go to our units,
If we go to the chart,
we can also. Well, I guess we can check our combos first then.
quick conversations.
Also, another important exposition dump here.
Oh, wonderful.
Also, yeah, this only happens if you have these two survive. So. I also kind of wish we had a different music here because it's not really the best tone setter.
Yeah.
I died. Trust me, bro. So, how do we stop an entire scandal regarding you make a child but you lose your powers? Blame the children.
No, it is the children at fault.
Yeah.
No, that's where Brandon come from.
So yeah, it's literally
voice shouting in the distance. I
So,
don't
yeah, the
think
king-
that makes sense.
So yeah, the king kind of spread rumors that caused the deaths of several branded children. That's probably not something you want to live with your life on.
Let's just tell a little white lie. What's the worst? They started doing child hunts. Ah, shit.
Also, there is actually a bit of world building that we kind of missed by not bringing the Wolf Queen to us. She actually has an interesting conversation with the king, in which he basically stated, actually, not only do we have Burrock and Lagu unions in public, but we actually live among the branded peacefully. And of course, the king's like, well, shit.
Well, darn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if the earlier ones of Endgame had any more info, things or stuff like that.
I mean, we did have to talk with with the with Aunties of how she basically lost her dragon form when she gave birth. So it was there. It's just like, yeah, let's fully verify why we dealt with that.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, if you notice, we have 2 new things. Gareth, we are taking him off the battlefield because essentially they decided, let's make a extreme physical unit while the last 2 maps are entirely magic based, and his resistance sucks ass.
What about the seer on that?
Oh, no, we're keeping the seer. He's
Okay.
he's essentially,
And
if you haven't trained Kurthnaga, he's basically your dragon for endgame.
I'm sorry, Sophie, but this is where a mecha video comes in to slide in to be like, actually,
Gareth, however, does have a thing called a blood tide, if you're willing to put him in harm's way.
he has great support roles.
Yeah.
He's not going to do a lot of his own work, but he is an amazing support role unit, especially when you're going on the higher difficulties. And he is also still a dragon. He can still pull some better weight than some other people at this point in the game.
Yeah, let's see.
But yes, for our purposes,
There are indeed pros and cons.
For our somewhat caveman-like tendencies, I think we will not use him today. We are a little bit of the Unga and the Bunga mindset, more times than not.
I'll use some more of our EXP just to get some other units up a little bit.
Shout out to the playthrough I followed that just replaced Gareth with just a blood tide skill image. Yeah. Here we go. Be very careful with characters with low resistance, which, yeah, be cautious. Spirits will have lot move that can attack with wind, fire, thunder, magic. Depending on which type, they have the same effect as tome types, so there is an effectiveness against that. They'll go for whatever's the weakest and cannot counterattack, so... It is recommended if you have any pure water to buff anyone with weak resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And take advantage of floor tiles because some can help recover with HP. And do not go into what was called the interior zone to Sephron, otherwise you are going to get nuked. So be sure to just go destroy the enemies while you're at it, just so you can approach the nuke zone with ease. So, other notes. If one of the 4 spirits around him is destroyed, another will take its place in the enemy term. Also, we also may risk him also possibly teleporting because he is indeed that kind of guy. He will. It's every 3 turns. He will not attack Soniki, so you can take advantage of that. He will also not attack Micaiah. He recovers 40 HP per turn because he's busted as a mage like that. 10% defense from the Rudolph Chat, 50% invasion, and 10% from terrain bonuses. He has a multi-attack of magical damage. So yeah, that's what you're going up against. And I love. Oh, by the way, we also have a strategy of here's the strategy of to win this with a single turn. We, however, do not have the right Heron for this, so that's not possible for us. More!
Yo.
Speed this up a little bit more, God.
And indeed. like before, there is a bunch of boss combos. But I guess in technicality, the ones we can technically do with the people we have in our army is Soniki, Raisin, Ike, Micaiah, Soph. Scroll through a bunch of stuff we can't do, and Harjil. Peleus does have a combo with him that we kind of already had a combo that confirms with him, but it is famous for other reasons that I will get into once we're settled in the fight. Also, I also put in the map and the enemy reinforcements limit because, out of context, looking at the turn count and reinforcement, it is slightly insane. Let's see. I will give you the map for comparison, and this is the reinforcement list.
Quite involved.
Okay, repositioning in real fast.
Yep.
Okay. So, just give me a second, because there is technically a second map, so...
Goodbye, Soph. See her coming.
So we are not using it. And I will now give you the actual map that shows the turns for the enemy reinforcements, and this is just hilarious out of context.
just orb.
I will put this in stream chat just to see the YOLOs of we really, really want to make sure we have our spirit stuff, so. Anyway, we are in easy mode, so this shouldn't be that much of an issue, but we shall see. So, so yes, by all technicality, current objective, we advance from the sides, kill as much as we can possible, and before reinforcements come in, we go in to kill! So it's like in one more for good measure. So let me think. In other forms of
Oh, thank you for the raid.
media.
I don't know.
Oh, hello.
I don't know why my raids have my notifications have just not actually come in for a very long time onto the because we should be getting it. Check my thing. I'm going. Simulate raid event.
Huh.
That is so weird. I don't know why my notifications have been getting all fucked up on stream elements and stuff like that. Because it hasn't actually been playing those on stream for a while. But yeah, I'm enjoying Radiant Dawn. We're almost done at this point because we're in endgame
If
now.
we don't fuck up that badly on this map, we might actually finish.
Woo!
I feel this is I feel like the last map and this map is the real test. It's like, okay, is our army actually ready? Go, woman. So let's look at the 3 heroes of legend that was technically in the cutscenes beforehand. So we already have we already met one of Ashira's heroes, which is of course the Dragon King, and all the faults in it. But to go over the other 2 heroes. Solon is as I think I covered last time, his descendant is Stefan, which you will only technically know if you look at the art book in Japanese. So there's that. And they're both green.
Hey, man.
But technically, the only other content we have is in the cipher cards, and they only depict him in his lion form. So it's just look, it's just a big giant lion.
Oh, the elusive big lion.
Big lion, we found him at long last.
However, Altina is an interesting factor, though, because for the longest time we mostly just had the Vegas like depictions of her through the Radiant Dawn art, like in-game art cutscenes, which is just very vague. Until Heroes, which actually decided, you know what? Let's actually make her a unit and give her full character art. So now we have an idea of just like full body Alita.
Cool.
So.
Look at this OC that could be out of another Final Fantasy RPG. She's even got 2 glowing weapons.
Listen, we gotta have some female fantasies in Fire Emblem. We can't have the Meg hog all the glory. but as you can see, she can wield both Ragnall and Adelaide because she's that badass. Of course, there's also some things regarding.
Chat's also asking, can you post that in current stream chat as well on that, Zoe?
Yes, I will put both the lion and the OC. I'm not gonna even try to go through what her heroes staff in detail. She also has 2 alts because she is that thing. But the funniest thing is that she is considered not only a red sword unit, but she is a flying unit.
Okay.
Hovering around like freaking corrupted Edelgard. Ready
I
to
think the
T-pose
idea
on
is-
USD approaches.
I think the idea literally is because she is seen just wielding a sword in midair. They thought it's just funny. It's just like, let's just have her flying around just to make her even more OP.
Of a freaking legend coming to life. It's just like, yeah, I saw her attack in the sky. It looked like she was flying. So she can fly? I guess. She must have, right? Sure.
I don't know why, but the way you were saying that, I'm just thinking of the Scott the was sure.
And since I'm here, since I hear she of course has really cute chibi forms. I like this one that has both the other heroes and the things, but she's just like,
wait, I can.
She's like, we.
Oh, I could just talk.
Yeah, because why not? He's not gonna attack you. Since I see we are progressing quite fast, let me get into the boss combo. Let me get into the boss combos you can have, because I think this is around like the last time we'll have unique boss combos. Let me see if I can. Yeah, the one I want to make sure I get out the way is Peleus, but. Interestingly, Ike's dialogue changes if you did not get the memory scene beforehand against him. Because I think if on a normal playthrough, if you're not doing New Game Plus and get the memory scene, he's just straight, I'm just gonna kill you. Here, he's a lot more, in quotation points, more sympathetic, because he's much more aware of the situation, especially regarding the medallion. But it's just funny. It's just funny, and just a first playthrough is like, no, I'm just gonna kill you. You did all these crimes. You have to pay the price.
Darn.
So let me. So for Peleus, King Peleus, correct? Aren't you brave coming all this way, Peleus? If you're the ones who's been pulling the strings behind all this, please tell me. Who am I? Sephron. I don't know. All I know is that you are a powerful practitioner of magic. I know you were just an orphan born and raised in Dayan, but that is all Izuka ever told me. Peleus. So, I'm not Ashura's true son. Sephron. No, you're not. Ashura's son is of the dragon tribe blood and thus a branded. Peleus. I think I'm gonna be ill. Sephron, be assured that you were essential to Dayan's reconstruction, which was a vile step towards waking the goddess. Fortunately, Izuka was able to use you to execute my plan perfectly. And... Peleus, you are going to pay. You are going to... Blush! The implication is, of course, Peleus throws up. So the joke is, he literally throws up in front of Sephron as like a vomit attack or something. Because I will also put this in. I also put this in no mic. Tell me you just see this line of dialogue and take this seriously. I will admit, Soph's one is also pretty amusing, because Soph is like, here goes, Sephron. Hello, child. I'm a little surprised to see an ordinary boy like you fighting for the world. This day is full of surprises. Soph, no more surprise than me. I can't read people's feelings like Micaiah. I'm not invincible in battle like Ike. Between all these Lagoo kings and great Baroque heroes, I don't really belong here. Sephron, then why are you here? Soph, because there's one thing I can't afford to lose. Micaiah. I come all this way just to protect her. I won't lose her now. Sephron, the depths of your feelings. May I ask your name? Soph. Now, if you want to stand in our way, I am prepared to cut you down. And more than likely, he's probably not going to do that much damage. I just find it funny that even the game lampshades. What are you doing here?
Alright, anybody in our party that we should be we should be attacking with? Because there's no one else left at this point.
Okay, we already did Makai and Soniki. Jill and Har also have unique dialogue. Ike has probably the most important, interesting dialogue, so let's try to make it to where he doesn't land the finishing blow.
Where he doesn't land the finishing blow?
Well, I guess nobody lands the finishing blow before we get those 3 conversations, I mean.
Okay.
Why does Har get all the good boss combos? Oof. Okay. Now, I recommend... Yeah, Jill.
Yeah, we'll be good. Fucking kill him. That one was out of spite.
It's like I saw that one as like the audacity of this guy. She's too powerful.
Jill literally stat out to the max on the actual perfect Jill.
Look at her. She's beautiful.
Look at the power she is holding.
Anywho, we are finishing this with Ike, obviously.
Bonk.
Bonk. At last, I'm dying. I do think some dialogue of Ike there did get into heroes.
Makes sense on that.
Alright. One more map.
It's almost there, guys. We're almost at the end. Already done.
What? It can't be true. Our apostle?
Can't believe it myself. But
That was not pretty good.
it must be true. Pardon me? Has something happened to the apostle? Oh, my Lord, save the apostle. She's dead. What? How?
Ooh.
According to the senator's announcement, she was assassinated by the Serenus.
This is supposed to be a serious moment.
They look so gentle, like they couldn't harm a fly. But they're nothing but beasts, no better than the other subhumans. Peace, friends. This is simply not possible. The Heron tribe could never assassinate anyone. They...
She's dead, isn't she? Those damn subhumans. Every last one of them's got to die for the apostle.
That's the truth. They're nothing but monsters. Oh, I wish I could kill them myself.
You can. Grab a weapon, grab a torch. Come on, we'll burn that forest to ash and wipe them all out.
No, you mustn't.
Speaking of the Gaston saga, that one, I don't know why.
What's wrong, my Lord Sage? You don't look well. Are you feeling all right?
Wings! From the Satan's back! Wings! He's one of them! He's a monster!
You're nothing but a lying, subhuman piece of filth! How dare you pretend to be one of us? Get him!
The medallion must be quelled. I cannot allow this madness to come to pass. Judgment. The goddess's judgment.
Yeah. Alright.
No! What have they done? The forest, the trees, the herons were innocent. Why? The medallion. I must quell the chaotic energies. Must calm them. Oh, no! Chaos! so much pain. Why? Why was my family taken? Why? Why was my forest destroyed? The apostle did not deserve this fate. Killed by her innocence. Her murderers free to seize power. This is monstrous. This world does not need Bjork, and the Laguz are deeply flawed. There's no need to wait for the Covenant's 1,000 years. Awaken, O goddess, awaken and judge.
So in all seriousness, yeah, the death of your descendants and nearly your entire species, yeah, that might drive you a little insane.
A little.
Now, in a normal playthrough, he would die here.
But
However, since we fulfilled some requirements, I guess in this timeline, Micaiah suddenly realized, oh wait, I have sacrifice. I can use this.
You see, we behind the scenes we somehow got his hidden support up to an S rank, and therefore that meant that he had the stopwatch in his pocket before he got shot, and therefore he survived the injury.
But yeah, the prerequisites for him surviving is to get the memory scene here, which meant you also need to get the prerequisites, which is 1, deploy the Black Knight in the final chapter of Part 1, and 2, have Ike engage with the Black Knight in the conversation during that one map where he would nearly get brutally killed by him.
That? Okay. That seems weird for prerequisites on that.
I know it's like you're trying to build back up that entire fight. It's just,
It kind of reminds me of like Caspar needed for Mercedes prologue on. I was like, what do those have in common on that?
Like, I appreciate more varied interactions between characters, but a lot of these are just like I feel like this just kind of.
Also, I like the sight combo too.
Like, I don't care about the pity that that the plot wants to put up on you.
You're still a piece of shit on. Do we even not forget what he said to Jill like 5 minutes ago?
I appreciate we're giving him pity, but I expected like, you still done that stuff.
Well, the
So-
reason why I like Ike as a protagonist, he is very low tolerance for this kind of bullshit on that.
If you feel sorry, you should do something about that now.
Yeah, you feel sorry about it, then be a better person for it.
Yeah.
You fuck. Prankster, buying strategy guides is how people found this around this time onto it.
Shout out to most information about Monster Hunter games before Worlds having been tied strictly to the strategy guides. Nothing could be found in game. You had to look it up elsewhere. And that's how they earned most of their money.
Okay. I know this boss fight can be this upcoming map can be a bit complicated, but we're on easy, so I don't think it should be that bad.
Plus, all our characters are, even if, I think there's a few that aren't max level, but I can turn them max level now, so I don't think this should be too bad on that.
Mhm.
Hear me, Goddess Asherah. Yune's imprisonment within the medallion has begun to change you. Order and chaos. You are one being, comprising both parts. The one must naturally affect the other.
Even
Light,
so,
darkness,
I will
balance,
return
please.
to this body. She is unstable, and I must be perfect in order to protect this world. It is as I have said. Yune must be destroyed.
Asherah, you mustn't. You cannot survive without your opposite. Please, you must not do this. Your world still needs you.
Leron, you have ever been a wise and kind-hearted child. In deference to you, I will place my faith in your kind one last time. For the next 1,000 years, I shall sleep as well. When I wake again, I hope it is to a world of peace and order, where all prosper as equals.
So about that.
Why was there so long of a pause after that
I
one?
will reward your counsel.
I was tempted
I
to.
will also allow Yune to return to me. I will once again be the goddess of creation, whole and complete. Ashunara, the dawn goddess, the name your ancestors gave me so long ago.
Do that again, Tommy. On the hand, I realized my soundboard has been muted. There, my bad. Yeah, there we go.
If the chaos of war should arise and awaken Yune from her slumber in the medallion, I will know that you have strayed from your path, and I will punish your failure as I will reward your success. And then you will know my judgment. You will pay for your sins.
I will literally destroy you all.
In the names of our people, we vow to keep this covenant. There will be no great war between Lagos and Bjork for 1,000 years.
You pronounced that wrong.
Team up of the Bjork.
I'm pretty sure the rest of your VA say Lagoons.
These tribes, and I, Leron, of the bird tribes.
If you
Caca.
believe during this 1,000 years,
Clearly, it's because
you have
the
created a
language
world
has
that
been
outgrown
tainted over
its
generations.
existence.
Thou do not understand what the
Or
language
if
says,
you
speaks
feel
more
the
of anymore.
world has fallen beyond hope of redemption, you may sing the Galter of release and awaken us both. Your heirs will possess that ability as well. Sing to awaken us and tell us your tale. Tell us of the world your two kinds have built in our absence. We will listen, and we will judge fairly and impartially. This is our covenant with you.
Hello.
She's just standing there,
Hmm.
menacingly. I do not see it.
High Entia looking god.
I told you. I warned you 1,000 times, but you didn't listen. You cannot defeat me. No, but he can.
Argon charging in.
You know they're a villain if they're having a front-facing sprite.
Shame.
For shame.
All right.
All right, before. Let's see. Yep. Before anything. Behold!
The reason.
The most obscure conversation in the game. To get this conversation, you unlock the Ike's memory scene. It has to be a New Game Plus file. Get Ike to soar into A support in Radiant Dawn. And also have a save file from Path of Radiance that also has Ike and Soren to A.
Why?
Technically, in context, they want that A support. In context, it makes sense. However, holy heck! So remember what that Ike has his memories back. We're returning back to this combo.
Good for them. Good for them.
That's probably one of the most talked about scenes in the game for reasons.
Yep. Yeah. Think of several on that. Alright, now we have no more use for the rest of this EXP, so let's max everybody out.
Chunk. Like, I was like, the yaoi jokes are apparent, but that is a generally really nice scene, so I kind of don't want to spoil it either.
No. Frankly, I feel that one is very, real world gay coded onto that, for that one. It's like, I think that one's actually really nice on that.
Yeah. If there was any other doubt.
Yip-a-da-da-doo. Yip-a-da-doo. Two.
From the top of the tower, do you see me, Mist?
This is like, I feel like I hear Boyd yelling at me again.
Boyd, I'm finding an entire army. Please let me concentrate.
I'm running out of heal stabs.
Alright, let me... Okay. So, I will put in the map because there is reinforcements that will be based off the tile of the colors. And as you guessed it, the turn count is kind of amusing. So...
Alright.
Which I just want to say, I love the note that the guide person puts after this turn count.
Yes, I got that turn on physical console without being able to speed up on the game. And at least they don't come out anymore, but it's kept on attacking. Okay! One last time for the Tellius duology! Get set up!
The important thing is, we must take down the barrier surrounding Ashira. However, she does hit like a brick, so we have to be very, very careful at who we send in.
Alright. And her attack range. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Judge, however... Use the floor to your advantage. There's slight bonuses with your dragon tribes. Also... Yeah, when he said he feels sorry, he does mean it. So as a reward for... Okay, first let me know. Just, yeah, for the barrier! Please, for the love of God! So as a reward for keeping Lebron alive, you essentially get the most OP staff user in the game.
A staff that restores all HP to adjacent units also restores their conditions to normal. So
if you don't
have some other things equipped, but we'll take what we can get.
If you don't have anyone that could use the SS staffs, you now have him too. The only downside is he can be a good tome fighter. Unfortunately, you have to sacrifice one of your blessed tomes for him to be any use attacking. So he's mostly here for support.
He is your Athos of here's the last unit that will help you in the big fight.
Ashira will use attacks that affects almost the entire map. If you're not careful, you will get Makai or one of your herons killed, so... They do appear in random, unfortunately.
Damn.
So... Technically... there will be a physical attack that attacks all your characters. A magical attack that attacks one character. Magical attacks that attacks all your characters. Physical that attacks one character. And either a silencer or paralyzing attack. Also, dear Lord Alencia. Woman! Well...
You miss a barrier!
Yeah. Also, this map is gonna look weird, but in case things goes really south, they did... Here's a map of all the terrain bonuses each tile gives you for extra advantage. The light blue tiles will be your friend if needed. I do wish we could boop her. But I guess to at least summarizely finish the previous boss combos we could have gotten. He does have combos for nearly all the Beast Royals if needed. I think most of the Bird Herons specifically. Which, I think the only thing put to note is he tells the Herons to go away, though with Rayson, he is actually surprised at how much he lashes out against him. It's like, you're not like the other Herons, are you? And of course, he has a conversation with Oliver.
Yeah.
Which
The one
I will
and only.
now read out. Sephron, Duke of Tantal, imagine seeing you here. Lord Sephron, as lovely as always, but has it come to this? Must we fight to the death and deprive the world of one of our beautiful courtesies? Can other lovers of beauty endure such a loss? Sephron, I can confess that your apprentice has me bewildered. Could this be part of Yune's plan? I am simply never would have imagined you here. Your presence proves that Tellius is unraveling as at the seams. Judgment cannot come soon enough. Beautiful.
Amazing.
I did something. Yay.
Hooray, I contributed.
Finally, I should use all that olive grass I have. Gulp, 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 gulp. Gulp, 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 gulp. Okay. Also, yeah. All of them.
All of them! Oh, I thought he was about to get smited.
Oh no! Hooray for blue tiles. Yeah. The biggest thing, if there's a spirit on the map, she will summon it here to use as a secondary barrier. What do you have?
Yep.
A shear cannot be damaged until you break the barrier completely, so yeah.
Yep.
This is fine, actually. Oh man!
Alright, they're coming.
Okay.
Coming down. They're coming down.
Rawr!
Rar.
So, probably if we can, Sephrin can also talk to Micaiah or Soniki here, just on the battlefield.
Alright. That one done. Okay.
Oh, neat. Can't really do much about that after. Ina, can you do anything? Sure. Rawr! Ow. God, in case if as soon as Rayson can dance to literally 4 people, your life ends. Goddess, we swear to you.
Learn from your better half.
Okay.
Is this background music best enough for anyone else?
Not for me.
It's a
I will reshare it. Hold on.
it is a bit rocky on screen share.
Alright, I will reshare.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds better.
It is better, or?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It was unnaturally messy.
And she's about to start. So, ow. Yeah, let's.
Just
Oh,
random damage.
I'm scared about Rayson, actually. Whew.
Is this starting attack capable of killing anyone?
If their health is low enough.
Okay.
That's why having Sephrin as a reward is very handy here. But at least we know who is our squishiest units that we have to be very extra careful.
Alright, let me get a safe state.
That was more or less a 5 check right there. It's just like, hey.
Yeah. I think that's also why Ashira is probably considered like at least high tier in terms of final bosses, because she will fuck you up if you're not careful. Do we have all the barriers knocked down?
Almost. We got one more left. So let's try focus firing that. And see if we can actually attack her afterwards on that.
Yeah. This is also why we have to be careful with the spirits, because more than likely they can, worst case scenario, they will like chip damage your units, and that might be enough to where if Ashira decides she wants to mega attack, that will be a doozy. Also, Kurth, what the heck? You now have that imagery in your head. Okay, yeah, we're good.
All right.
Oof, that health.
Yay.
Ina. This is why you're not considered an attack unit. R? You wanna... get blood tied. Not bad, not bad.
Okay, she's going down pretty quick on that.
We are in easy mode, which...
Alright.
You can do it, Ike! Do the honors.
We have to put an end to this. Take all the power I have.
Thank you. I'll use it well.
This is why his stuff is blue and smash.
You have to we're turning animations on, dang you.
Aether!
After this cutscene plays, this fight can do something really mean if you're not careful.
Bye-bye.
Child?
It's who we were talking about, I presume.
What of you? Are you leaving?
I am. But I believe it's for the best. This world does not need gods. We have always failed you. We've made you weak.
I know, humans do kind of suck. Like... I don't think we did blanket sweep them off the map. I mean, we're not. We don't have a good track record either.
It's true. We don't have much use for gods. But well, you show us what we should aspire to. We need inspiration. You give us a reason to grow, to become more than we are. And if we don't have that, Yune, we're nothing more than statues.
Can you forgive me for the pain I've caused?
I don't know. But you have already forgiven us. How could we not? We are all family. We will try to understand one another, even when we disagree.
You're right. I will try. One more time.
Bye.
Goodbye.
You know what? I like being a bird.
Also, thank you for Micaiah's special hero all that spoils Uni's design if you haven't played Radiant Dawn.
Like it means anything, really.
It'll happen when it happens, Alpha.
So in that fight, you have to do the finishing blow with Ike.
Oh,
if you don't, Ashira will revive on easy mode with half health, on normal and hard with full health.
God. I mean, I get it. It's a usual thing that the protagonist has to do the killing blow in Fire Emblem, but that's a little mean on that one.
Yeah. Radiant Dawn had to do one more.
It has to be one more quirky bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose that's a way of doing it. Is like, we don't really want to have a bad end by having anyone other than the protagonist kill them, so yeah, we'll just make it now a challenge thing.
I guess I would probably just make it a thing of, like, they'll resist on 1 HP, you know, unless they're killed with the main character onto that, you know?
I mean, that's a kindness, but it also is still a strategy game, like...
This must just be a Tuesday for them, to just wake up and be like, wait, the war's over?
Oh, thank God.
Look at our PNGs, isn't it neat?
We really couldn't have a CG for this one at all?
We spent all the rest of the budget on the voice acting.
Oh no.
Nintendo won't give us any more budget.
The vibes have literally changed. Let's just stop. Alrighty. So I think a quick bathroom break before we begin the epilogue at this point. So give us like 5 quick minutes. We'll be right back on that.
Indeed. Let us.
Okay. Alrighty. Now, with that out of the way, let's wrap this thing up. I guess, besides, whatchamacallit, oh god, why am I blanking? Besides the remake of, FE1, that now means I have beaten every Western release Fire Emblem at this point onto that.
Let's go!
Yeah!
Progress.
Oh!
And so,
Round 50.
so this one's interesting because you get. Oh yeah, yes.
King Peleus's Andre. Gaia ushered in a new era of prosperity.
She will hopefully not make any any unfortunate comments that make her canceled.
What? So what's the thing about this one, Zoe?
So yeah, Radiant Dawn. They have the character endings play alongside the scenes, so we're gonna get more than one come in. So just to confirm that this does not end abruptly.
Give queen husband to her pillar's strength, so worked tirelessly to assist the poor. Player Justice Edward. Edward lived as a common townsman. Despite the queen's wishes, he would often visit to bring good news. Freedom's arrow, Leonardo. Sure. Leonardo toiled at rebuilding the army. With his proven skills and good looks, he was the best spy a woman across Celia.
Beset.
Get some water. We have a lot of these.
Okay. Yeah. No one wondered the kingdom saving those in adversity. Stories of his altruism eventually became legends. Let's speed this up. Laura returned to her home church and became a mother of many orphans, all of who were loved by her gentleness. Liliana traveled with the merchants to cavern as she had before. Somewhere right now, she is hungry.
Yes.
Aaron served for many years as lookout to his hometown. Everyone relied on him for his honest, if clumsy, work. Otherina worked tirelessly for his country as linchpin of Dayan's military and pillar of statesmanship. Seahawk traveled Tellius as a mercenary, resolving Barak Lagu's disputes. Some say he eventually settled in Gallia. Queen Micaiah ceded Trengel to Jill, bearing her father's ideals. She made her land and people prosper. Though unparalleled in his strength as a Draconite, Har never fought again. Rather, he carried cargo in Talriga.
Wow.
As Leimara, Fiona watched over her beloved people and protected them until an autumn of her years.
Sure. Okay, first, see. Anyway, I have some bad news, ma'am. I'm not your son. I know we joke about Brandon being spirits, but I'm actually a spirit person. Crazy, right?
After revealing his lack of royal blood, Peleus gave up the throne but served at court, learning to speak easily to all.
Oh god, he's still in politics.
Once you know what you can do, I suppose.
During Dahati, with recent events, graven in her heart, Nalia hoped to migrate her people across the desert. Strangely, Volg was still in wolf form on the day he went home. Asked why, he said only it's more comfortable. Okay.
Thanks.
Raphael performed a ceremony in the Cernus forest to wake his father, the king. Eventually, he returned to Hatari. Yeah.
Oh, hi. We never used you.
Oh, he's playing, Ray Derek, he's, doing echoes right now? Yeah, we can do that.
Cool.
Quick, think of a funny name. A funny raid chat. Seems literally he's like, I want to fight you. And he's like, bet.
Upon return to Gallia, King Kalanagas lost no time abducting, abdicating its throne. Countless songs were still tell of his valor. Confused, Garifa had never at Katiga's side as his loyal shadow. He died proud of how he spent his life. Skimmer, the new
I forgot about him.
patrolled Gallia's borders vigorously.
Almost like there's a lot of people in these
Large heart
games.
won the love of his people. Ranulph was often run ragged by advising the new king. While he winced his duties, Randolph still indulged Skimmer. Leaf later became a captain in Gallia's home guard and founded battle skills. The fighting pride in dark warriors. I'm sorry, this is Larry. After he returned to the forest, Mordecai avoided battle and lived long his days, peaceful harmony with the trees.
The best shove line ever.
Here lived free and wild in the forest. He was often told their young comrades, a war of heroes, there have been. As a remained dutiful Italian warrior, he showed exemplary diligence, never neglecting to train even in peacetime.
Alright.
Guys, we will talk about new playthrough later. Good God.
Yeah. Let this one actually finish first.
We haven't even hit credits yet, guys.
Like, I know a speed run would say game over by now, but that's not how we're doing it.
Anyway, surprise relatives. So yes, we can confirm Micaiah is part bird.
Micaiah being like, fuck Benyon.
Also, of course, Heroes spoiled this reveal as well. I think she even get the title of like dutiful sibling when she was first revealed.
Sanaki elected to guide her people in a world without goddesses and made treaties uniting the continent.
Finally, no rich people.
Servant in the Holy Guard for her kindness and guarded Sanaki with all her life. I do feel like these are definitely a little too generic for me onto that.
It's
yeah, some of them are a bit.
Tainf was feared by her subordinates and the Holy Guard for her strictness and guarded Sanaki with her life. As Began Lagu's advisor, Tomorrow labored to help former slaves out in poverty. He was very busy but very happy. As
Termon, you deserve better.
As Begion's first Lagu's official, Miriam assisted Tonan and supported his efforts in every arena. Becca became a license of former slaves, traveling between Carcadel and the sister loved by both. Oliver followed his calling as a guardian of beauty by sponsoring many artists, especially those who depicted him.
Hey man, as long as he paid them.
Seven gathered like-minded individuals and formed a tiny independent settlement which later became a great country.
Ah, fuck.
Ah, shit. Yeah.
The birds!
Hey, you should come visit. Why?
We're combining the tribes. Yes,
All birds will be helpful here.
Yes, even Nasalis is coming with us.
Yes,
I don't know.
Begrudgingly, yes, he's allowed to be there.
We're gonna eat meat, racist. Dude!
Tibion was chosen as the first king of the unified bird clans and brought them great respect from the other nations.
Shocking. Who else would they pick? Not this guy.
This fucking bitch saved the blood back to Zalta, who led his people aboard their nation. He became a diplomat, finding atonement in work. Sure, whatever.
He became a lawyer. Great.
Raisin worked hard to, as the leader of the new Lagoons nations. His iron resolved under a pretty face was sued for politics. As new king's right arm, Jennifer so eagerly trained his men that he often skipped meals, weekends, and sleep. Despite the new king's left arm, Uniki still loved solitude, spending his free time in long deserted locales. Leone and her father made the forest echo with their songs, their pride in all those toiling to build their new kingdom.
She didn't marry Nasalis, that's the important thing.
Despite his age, Enzuki worked hard to restore the name of the Raven Clan. Every year he sent a new age record.
Cute.
After finishing his contract, Volk went back to the shadows he knew so well. He was a man of mystery to the end.
He was literally that Sailor Moon meme.
Kathunga spent his days arbitrating contracts between nations, guarding peace the many died for. Ina returned home and gave birth to her lost fiance's child. Golda rejoiced at the first dragon birth in centuries. Nasir served the new Dragon King by observing other nations in his travel. He often dotted on his great-grandchild. Kenneth was named Chamberlain to the new king's new nephew and taught him both strictness and love.
Alicia time!
Oh my god, that was only one army. Dear god. Oh, okay. Alicia governed Kribira with resolve and great love for her people. Her reign was remembered as a golden age.
Alright!
Yeah, rejoiced the region's return. He chose to forego the limelight, helping the queen to keep the peace. As captain of the Royal Knights and model chivalry, Jeffrey served his queen and country all his days. Oh my god, I got really speed this up. The queen and Lucia followed. Their love was able to be stronger than most blood sisters. Thessia's unparalleled diplomatic skills ensured that many treaties were signed, spreading peace across Delius. Man, I cannot imagine going through this on hardware for these credits. Good god. Your turn.
Royal family.
For Fanatic, his voice could be heard anywhere in the castle. Marcia showed her dedication to one of the Royal Knights. Ever vigilant, she patrolled the Chimerian skies.
I'm sorry, Marcia. Trash.
Makalaw returned to the Royal Knights because the Empire was too strict. Miraculously, he was never fired somehow. The Royal Knights were renowned to the land. Attribute beauty and prowess were known to the allies and enemies alike. Sure, whatever.
And she never married.
Nephany lived and her family in Melior. Time and time again, she raised her lance in defense of the realm. Returning to his family in Homa, Baram farmed for the rest of his peaceful life. He never lifted a weapon again.
Good for him.
Meg had an ordinary marriage in her village and had an ordinary family. Her house was always full of laughter.
Yay.
At the return to the home that cared for her mother, swearing off her roguish ways, yet somehow she always had money. Moreover, Damden hung up his lance and became a traveling performer. That can make anyone laugh. Kalia returned to the Ringing Stone with her beloved Largo and brother Amy. Her bright smile cheered many hearts. Titania remained second in command of the mercenaries. Once a year, she visited the graves of all of her fallen friends. Xenon lazes his days away in his old haunts, and experts at all put hands to he called none as his calling.
Blah blah.
Gadari became a famous mercenary and household name. Fate led him to find many women, but never to true love. Oscar returned to the Royal Knights at Queen Alencia's request, but still took mercenary work on the side.
Neat.
Boy trained daily, so not to lose his spot as someone's stupid rookie, mishumored her husband's insecurities. Rolf remained with the mercenaries. He was always determined as a tutor and unrivaled marksmanship.
Yay.
Reese served as healer and opted a small chapter in the corner for an old keep. He taught school there. Mia sent off in search of new opponents. She traveled the whole continent, but sometimes arrested at Grail's retreat. Misacted on her feelings for Boyd, marrying him. She cried during the vows, much to Boyd's chagrin.
Okay! The final new game plus scene, and one of the main reasons I want you to do a second playthrough.
Oh. You know, when you put them next to each other, yeah.
That's just what you motherfucker. He was the secret lord all along. So, to unlock this scene, you have to have Soren at least attack once Micaiah and Peleus in the one map where there's a time limit in turn counts. And they're opposite sides of the map, so if you don't have a meteor or bolting, good luck.
Why are you like this, Radiant Dawn? Why are you like this?
I know in terms of Peleus, it's supposed to clue him in that Soren may be that, but at the same time, why? Why?
Alright. When peace had settled on the land, Soren packed lightly and set off with the only person he had ever trusted. Once he saw
the only person he had ever trusted.
Once he saw stability, Ike left on his journey to land still unknown. He was never seen again until Smash. Lorit's urging, Furion laid himself with the serenades and was healed by the song of...
This last new game plus.
Alright.
He has wings. Whoa.
I misread that as LeBron.
She's whole again.
Roll credits.
So that was Radiant Dawn.
I was about to say, like, hey, these lyrics are taking a very long time to that for this song. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I guess final thoughts onto that. So I will say, gameplay-wise, I think I enjoyed this game a lot more than I enjoyed Path of Radiance onto it. I think mechanically is a lot more solid and a lot more defined as a game throughout onto that. Like, I think the skill system is a lot better. The bonus EXP, I think, is much better handled as well onto that. Managing your army is still good onto that. I'd say the part I don't really like in terms of stuff changed from Path of Radiance is to change the supports. I still think you can have the regular support system in there onto that. I don't think they needed to go in that direction because I do feel like in terms of the grander army, it's harder to get attached to units this time around onto that overall.
Essentially, if you have not returned from Path of Radiance, I'm sorry.
Which is also weird for that, because I feel like the game... I was seeing some people talk about it, and like, if you start with Radiant Dawn and don't do Path of Radiance, they do not give you a good enough introduction into Ike onto that, because he kind of shows up halfway through the game and suddenly becomes the main character onto that, for it. A little bit of, like, Devil May Cry 4 issue sort of thing on that, you know.
Oh my gosh, it's Ike. Isn't he so cool?
He's so neat. I will say, I think my one major negative onto the game would be mostly for me in the story department onto it. I think Path of Radiance had a much better story overall onto that. A lot of it really does come to that blood contract on that. I feel like it's a little too cheap of a plot device to get through, and admittingly, I didn't care too much about what happened in the final part of the game, mainly because I think the goddess is just kind of a lame villain onto that, frankly. Kind of pops in last minute in the game.
It is mostly just... That is more so just connected to all the lore that I hope you were paying attention, because it's really neat lore, but because of that, we have to explain it all near the end of the game.
Yeah. I will say, the hopping between, armies thing, I know is probably the most contentious part about the game onto it. I do actually like it. I do think, however, it should have gone like a Gaiden, Shouts of Valentia thing. I think it only needed to be 2 armies onto that. I think 3 really puts the Dawn Brigade at such a disadvantage onto that you're not going to use any of them onto that. But I like the idea of swapping between armies consistently onto that. I do just wish that it felt like more of your units by the end game. It felt like training them all had more payoff onto that. I do also feel like the end of the game kind of just showers you in big beefy units onto that too, so...
Lots and lots of unit imbalance.
Yeah, onto that, because, like, yeah, no, it's pretty clear who are the top dogs in Radiant Dawn compared to a lot of other Fire Emblems, I think, on that.
Yeah, if I best describe Radiant Dawn, it is probably Intelligent Systems' most ambitious game, both its strength and its weakness.
It is quirky with everything that comes with that.
And I guess speaking of what is considered people's more contentious stuff in this game, thoughts on Micaiah?
Yeah. I don't think Micaiah is exactly one of my favorite protags onto that. I do think, honestly, the Chaotic God at the end does help onto that, but the fact that even before the blood contract comes up, the fact that Micaiah is just willing to go along with so many absolutely insane, like, morality plans onto that and not question it is a little... eyebrow raising on that, you know.
Oh no, I have to do all these evil things. Whatever shall I do?
I think, again, it's really summed up by that one Jill reaction onto...
Let me remind you, Micaiah, branded, scorned for her life, for her status. You know, people like killing Lagoose as a sport, you know. I think, if my personal thoughts, I think there are stuff from Micaiah where I think does make her unique, especially with, this is technically our first lord that is both a magic and more utility based, which is bold to say the least, but what holds us back is that one, we don't have our usual support system, so I feel like we don't get to know Micaiah outside of that.
Yeah.
To understand, like, why does she do the things she does? We just have to, like, imply based on what information we know about her. And second, I love Yune. She's one of the more interesting, fascinating stuff in the game. And unfortunately, comes at the cost of, she is literally possessing Micaiah's body for the entirety of that final act. So
Yeah,
Micaiah kind of loses her active participation half the time.
Exactly. I love Micaiah's design, but man. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I think we should be getting our top 10 now on that.
At least Engage looked at Micaiah's like, oh, thank God, some variety in lords.
We love that. A young man strode the lands of Tellius. Yet a simple yet true, his deeds brave and noble. He united two races in a long war, and he'd the heart of the goddess, long gone mad.
Adios.
Ask any that you meet, they young, old, or before Lagoons, a hero named Ike, and you'll receive a warm smile and a tale to his faith, courage, and honesty.
Cheers.
Bean. And then Ike died. That's great.
I mean, it comes for us all eventually.
Yeah.
And then many years later,
in Awakening. Don't worry about that too much. Yeah.
He adopted. We swear.
All right. Let's get
yeah, this one leads. I think this one's. We do get our rankings after this,
15.
I believe. At least.
Okay, I want to see what's the longest turn count that we get onto that. 15 is so far the longest.
All right,
20.
Do we have 21? Do I hear 21?
Okay, we're in part 3 now. I feel like the later we get into this, the less turns that we take on that.
I mean, some of them are also a fixed number.
The thing is, we were going for the bonus EXP, and a lot of the bonus EXP is like finish the map under these turns. So
the actual time, though, on the sides is probably what something you could be describing a bit more.
Like this, it's really unfortunate thing with
20 was the highest.
I'll read that comment after who we get for records. Yeah.
So let's see who.
Alright.
From the least, or Laura did nothing.
Well, she healed. She just never was in battle.
Yeah. Yeah. First, the people who didn't do anything. Oh, Fiona! God. You're
Polygon. You did shit. You just didn't actually get any kills with it.
Yeah. Oh, the pretty beautiful. Wait, come back. Ah!
We only had Leaf fight and win one battle.
Makalov had 2 kills.
Astrid had 2 kills.
Astrid had 2.
The guy with 5. The other with 5. I feel like Braum got more than that.
Braum was taking hits more than he was ever dishing out.
Yeah. A lot. Meg has 10. We tried.
We tried.
Peleus has a lot more. Tormund, I'm sorry.
Astrid kills I can never in this game. Wow, only 13 for 7 on that.
He just
I can't
appeared
be
out of
right.
nowhere.
Yeah, but I'd still feel like you got more at the end game. Sonic, you have only 18 on that too.
Is that a
I
point in
think
the
she was
game
our
where we were
damage dealer,
killing-
not our killer.
Also, like a lot of late game is massacre everything on player phase and then don't leave a lot for enemy phase.
Micaiah
Okay.
is that high
Jill
already.
did
dear
not
Lord.
make the top 5. Wow. Yana also
55.
did not make top 5. Wow.
Thorn did not.
Boyd
Boyd
barely.
barely.
Okay, who's the top 5? I need to know on that.
Boyd, I'm sorry, Boyd. You lost your spot.
Okay,
The top
I'm
five.
curious. Who are the top ones?
So
Rolf made it into top 5. Holy shit. On that.
you guys used him a lot. You really tried to make him work.
Boyd may have got the wife, but
Man.
Rolf got the glory.
Ike was only
number
fourth.
4.
Ike is only four.
Probably the downside of being the protagonist for only half the game.
Yeah.
So one of these has got to be.
Mia.
Mia.
Yeah. Okay, so
Gaming.
Har's number 1. Who's number 2? Is that Lentia?
No, Alicia's already.
Wait, no.
Yeah, she already is.
Who's
Sentinel,
second?
so-
Oh, Stephanie!
Stephanie.
Yeah!
Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably
She's only.
biggest glow up in our compared to Path of Radiance.
I just pointed out. Okay, how many deaths? How many?
The 105 bodies.
105
on
kills.
On ours.
The man,
Yeah.
the myth, the legend,
Yep,
unstoppable.
This checks out. This checks out.
Har, I broke the game.
I was here till the end.
What can we say there? You're done.
Randoms, yeah.
Woo! Well, actually, I can let the attract run. Good. I want to get to the comment Zach was talking about. Like, there's this unfortunate stigma with female Fire Emblem lords, but at least I can excuse Celsia's choice of her background, having her raised to think that there aren't any viable options. It's Erica's Lloyd situation. That's just consistent with her character as a whole. But Micaiah is just a mess on that. Yeah.
Jinkies.
But yeah, I would say I overall enjoyed Radiant Dawn onto that. I'm living feeling better than I did after my Path of Radiance playthrough. In terms of where I would rank it, that one's kind of tough. I feel like it's kind of somewhere in the middle of the pack onto that. On it, I think one of the other things I'm not too big on Radiant Dawn. I think it's just a little too long onto that. It's a long game on that, and I do think
it wants to be grand epic.
Yeah, especially when you combine both games together, kind of deal. It's like I feel like this saga's a little long in the teeth on that. I think overall, so yeah,
Let's see.
Somewhere in the middle of the pack, I think Radiant Dawn lies on that. Yeah.
Like, Radiant Dawn has to be a conclusion to Path of Radiance. Introduce the Dawn Brigade and Micaiah. Serve as a resolution to Alencia's plotline, that's the entirety of part 2. And Ike and the Black Knight. And probably like whatever lasting any lasting loots needed, it has to be resolved here. Probably a little too much at points.
Yeah, I think
They
that's
definitely
also
had
the
the issue.
Sorry.
They definitely had the issue of, I think, the wholehearted mindset of we're on a home console again. We really want to make these games big and live up to it, and that comes with a lot of downsides.
And I think they're still kind of figuring that out, even to this day, onto that with console Fire Emblem, now that handheld isn't too much of a thing anymore on that. Still trying to get that figured out. Yeah, I think that's also the thing about replaying Radiant Dawn. It's really weird onto that, because it is also, like, I feel like you want to play Path of Radiance before you play Radiant Dawn on a playthrough to get that consistency between them onto that, too.
Which is funny when you compare, considering that you have to view Radiant Dawn as a part 2. It is funny going from Path of Radiance possibly being one of the easiest Fire Emblem games to this.
Which is funny because I feel like I had the opposite. Like, there were definitely a few hard spots, but I definitely felt like it was much more comfortable for me in Radiant Dawn, ironically, compared to Path of Radiance. I think that really just shows the, like, inconsistency we had with our stat level ups that playthrough onto it for Path of Radiance.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, we were playing it the normal way. And not getting duped back then and accidentally choosing hard on your first playthrough.
Yeah. I think one of the smartest changes that they did with the bonus EXP in this game was making it so you had 3 stat regardless onto that for a level up. Sure, it let you max out characters pretty consistently, but hey, I felt that actually gave me more incentive for bonus EXP onto that because I knew I was going to get shit out of it instead of playing luck on a draw every time on that.
There's also fun for certain runs of Radiant Dawn specifically, if you're like, okay, if you plan out your endgame army in advance, then it becomes, okay, depending on which army you're in, I gotta focus on these units compared to other units.
Yeah.
Which can definitely be interesting if you're like, if you want to go for someone in Alencia's army, then it's a lot more important. It's like, okay, I gotta aim out all that bonus XP for them, or just dodge the objectives for that specifically. And I will give it this with all my research. I can confirm. I understand why Tellius is considerably the fan favorite in terms of the fandom, because yeah, they got their world building up to a T for this series of games.
It is one of those, like, I do appreciate the amount of effort that did go into the world building, because, like, they had so much time to flesh it out onto that. I still feel like I still enjoy the world of something like 3 Houses for me more onto that. Like, that's also a very long game onto that, but I feel like I just got more out of that. That so far, I think the Fire Emblem I've gotten the most out of the world so far of that one. I think that's just also a testament to, like, how good I think that cast is onto that. And for the Tellius duology, there are certain characters I like, but it's not exactly one of my favorite casts out there onto that. And I think definitely the fact we don't get to dive into them a whole lot in Radiant Dawn also is a factor on that too. So
that's partially why I know it's never gonna happen anytime soon. Also by Ike, anytime soon. But I kind of want the Radiant games to get some sort of remake, because I look at it as like, it's almost there.
Yeah.
It's almost there.
I do think definitely some cleanup, and I think the 2 games could be really cool onto that for it. Please don't do what everybody keeps saying, what I feel like a lot of people keep saying, and like, oh, they could just make them into 1 game. No, don't do that. No.
I feel like you're going to cripple Micaiah even more.
That's like the equivalent of saying we make 6 and 7 into 1 game. No, do not on that. But we'll see onto that. I mean,
there is one more.
Oh,
yeah.
There
is one more thing I want to show. I don't know if it's in extras, but I want to check. Do you have access to the library and extras?
Library.
Nope.
Okay, okay, I think we have to go into a barracks so I can show you this. Yeah, this is character illustrations, the usual. But, is there a save file that you saved during the barracks?
Yeah. Maybe this one might be able to.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I don't,
okay. I do not know a proper way to show this. Let me see. but okay, I have a thanks to Serena's Forest, I have a backup plan.
I agree. The jungle games do not need to be.
Okay. We can do
The
library.
jungle games would not work because they are such different games.
Yeah.
Library. So this is also technically our glossaries, but if we go to characters,
Oh my!
behold the character tree.
Oh my!
I could not
God.
show you this because we were on a New Game Plus file, and that meant spoilers. But since we have it here is literally a cheat guide to everyone's relations and stuff too.
Oh my god!
On the first playthrough, this yes, I love that. This does update as you play through a game on your first playthrough, and yeah, you can also click on people and
go, zoom out.
Look at that red line soaring all the way to his actual mother.
Really drag it over there.
What is their description?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's freaking yeah.
Also, yeah, now you gotta actually think that is Soren's father now.
Boy, did he luck out.
You know, maybe it's good he got yeeted out as a baby. I know there's like that thousands of years of being an orphan and pain, but you know, he has Ike. That's what's important. So, oh yeah, siblings. Trusts.
Yeah, trust between Jill and Har.
Childhood friends, even though they don't get an A support at the end.
Hey, look, Bobby.
Which, oh yeah.
Freaking Dan Van Dead.
Oh yeah, it is. I think it is implied based on the combos specified, but yeah, because of the brand of special qualities, they do not get turned to stone, and that's the main reason why Amy probably wasn't turned to stone, because she is a branded. That is the reason why the child was alive. Okay. Foreshadow that reveal.
I love how they have to put same person question mark because I don't know. Same with
the
freaking
chain of
Zelgius
loyal.
Freaking, even with Zelgius and Black Knight, they have it listed as same person question mark, as if that wasn't the reveal of the game.
Same person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Alrighty. Well, I think that's going to be the end of Radiant Dawn and the end of Fire Emblem for a while, at least, I think, on this channel. That was like the major one for it. Again, if we head back to Fire Emblem for first playthroughs onto it, it's gonna technically be with the with the older Fire Emblems now at this point onto that. So the ones that have not been properly translated. So that's probably gonna be either like FE4 or FE6 onto that. One of the two.
I mean, you could play Shadow Dragon. That is still on the table.
Yeah.
looks at FE4 and 5. Oh no.
Yeah, we've talked about it. FE4 is like the big problem child in terms of streaming it onto that.
4 is a lot of chapter start, now do a shit ton of prep work. FE5 is the most guide game that we would want to do. It won't be great either way.
Thracia, the most quirky game of them all.
All we're saying is that FE4 remake can't come soon enough onto that to make that game streamable for us onto that. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for Radiant Dawn. As for what's coming next, well, for the next we're probably not gonna be starting this week. It'll probably be the week after onto that, but for Ace and Stefan joining me is one of our stretch goals that we hit. Me doing Dark Souls for the first time, blind onto that. Oh boy. Yep. After that, we're gonna be still continuing on with the World of Light run on that, and then after that, probably doing like the KH2 randomizer stream at one point, and then maybe Jack 2 after that, maybe.
It is still on the books.
Yeah, though actually maybe not Dark Souls and Jack 2 at the same time. That might be a volatile combination on that one, maybe. But we'll see.
Depends on how you take the Dark Souls.
We'll see. But yeah, thank you again for joining us on this playthrough. Again, like I said in Path of Radiance, major shout out to Sophie for all the research that she's been doing throughout this entire playthrough onto that.
It was fun!
It's a lot, especially for planning for technically 2 games onto that. And I will be saying the same for Ace and Stefan for all the research that's going to be going into Dark Souls onto that, because oh boy, on that.
I will not approach that like I did with Shadows of Valentia. I will be front up without that. Half of that will be my own memories and vibes.
Alright. Well, that will do it for tonight. Hopefully you've all enjoyed our playthrough of Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. And until next time, adios. Bye-bye.
Farewell.
Yes.